we discussed a little earlier about what happens at the end of the PTI, and there was a discussion that after PTI you can get something expunged. Explain what you mean.
So an expungement is a legal process that erases the records from the public view of your criminal event. What I mean is that where we said previously that after the PTI you have, if someone runs a background check on you, an employer or anyone really in this day and age runs a background check on you, you're going to have an arrest, you're going to have a disposition that shows you completed PTI, and they're going to know that. The expungement for the public view makes that go away. So when a potential employer runs a background check on you, they will not see the arrest, they will not see that you completed PTI, and beyond that, it allows you to legally and truthfully say that you were never arrested. The clarification that's very important is when I use the word erase, it doesn't erase it. The files aren't burned or thrown off a cliff. They are still maintained for the purposes of law enforcement and for courts, and with few very other minor exceptions, those agencies will still be able to see those records. So if you're ever arrested again, the courts are going to know and the police are going to know. If you ever apply for a law enforcement position, they will know as well, and so you're going to have to deal with that. One other clarification that I need to make is that an expungement does not make your conviction or record go away for immigration purposes. So if you're not a United States citizen, you need to consult with an immigration lawyer before you make the decision to do an expungement, or it could create many, many complicated problems for you down the road as you go through the immigration process.
Okay, and now to add to what Eric just said, it's not just at the end of a PTI that you can have your dismissal or your arrest expunged. There are numerous other opportunities to get records expunged, and that would involve if you are convicted. If you either plead guilty or you're found guilty of a municipal ordinance here in New Jersey, and municipal ordinance being the lowest of the charges that you could face, and those are usually in municipal court, if you have pled guilty or found guilty, 2 years after that, you can seek to expunge that arrest and that conviction. Likewise, if you're convicted or you plead guilty to a disorderly persons offense in New Jersey, you have to wait 5 years from the date that you're sentenced. If you're sentenced to probation as a result of that disorderly persons, or you're not sentenced to probation, you have to wait 5 years from the outcome of that case before you can seek an expungement. And lastly, the law has recently changed regarding expungements, as it used to be that if you were convicted of a crime, second, third, or fourth degree crimes, and not all crimes can be expunged, but that's a discussion for a later day. If you were convicted of a second, third, or fourth degree crime, you can expunge that conviction as well, and you used to have to wait 10 years. Now the law has changed so that you can apply, if it's in the public's best interest, you can apply after 5 years to have certain crimes expunged. And that's a benefit to people who want to get on and get past their prior criminal convictions and get on with their lives. It's very important.
One clarification I do want to make to what you said is that the waiting period for any of these, whether it's 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, begins from the time that you complete the penalties assessed against you. So if you're on probation for 2 years, the waiting time begins when you finish probation. If you are ordered to pay $1,000 in fine, the waiting period begins when you pay off that last amount of the fine, not when the court tells you you owe $1,000, but when you've paid it off.
Excellent explanation.